What's going on, everyone? I'm AB Sports, and I am back to continue my list of the top 100 NFL players based solely on their performance from the 2019 season. Just a reminder, legacy and career success meant nothing for this particular list. Today will be numbers 80 to 61. Before we start, here's a recap of the last video, numbers 100 to 81. From 100 down to 91, we had Josh Jacobs, Devin McCourty, DJ Moore, Eric Kendricks, Josh Allen, the defensive end, David Bakhtiari, Tom Brady, Minkah Fitzpatrick, Von Miller, and Tyler Lockett. From 90 down to 81, Tremaine Edmonds, Kyler Murray, Denzel Ward, HaHa Clinton Dix, Jamie Collins, Jordan Hicks, Logan Ryan, Preston Smith, Cortland Sutton, and Josh Allen, the quarterback. Now onto the list. Number 80, Chris Jones, defensive lineman number 14, Kansas City Chiefs. Chris Jones is the 14th ranked defensive lineman, but the third highest ranked defensive tackle, and he is a menace on the inside. He was just awarded a massive contract by a Chiefs team that is a little low on cash right now. Jones ranks a little bit lower from just 2019 because of his inconsistent and injury-riddled regular season, but his 9 sacks in 12 games and great playoff performance still puts him on the list. At 79, Markus Golden, New York Giants defensive lineman number 13. This is not a notable name, but Golden had a strong season on a weak Giants team. He didn't force any turnovers, but his 72 tackles and 44 pressures are absolute top-tier defensive lineman numbers. Add that to 10 sacks and 27 QB hits, and you have a really good season from Markus Golden. 78, Matt Ryan from the Falcons, quarterback number 13. Matty Ice always puts up numbers no matter the success of his team. When Atlanta had a good defense and a run game in 2016, they went to the Super Bowl. In 2019, when it was just Ryan and Julio, who by the way are the only Falcons on this list, Atlanta is a sub-500 team. All that to say, 4,500 yards and 26 touchdowns, and his talent make him a must in the top 100. At number 77, Dak Prescott from the Cowboys, quarterback number 12. By far the most controversial NFL player right now. If you turn on any sports show, they talk about Dak and his contract, or lack thereof at this point. So I'll give my take. I think Dak is an average quarterback who beats the bad teams and puts up his 5,000 yards and 30 touchdowns against his subpar division's defense. And then he plays the good teams and he falls flat. Dallas was 3-7 outside of the NFC East last year. And against the Patriots and the Eagles, he never led the offense on a single touchdown drive. I need to see more from Dak. 76, Marcus Peters, cornerback number 7. Peters is the first of 5 Ravens players in this video. So if you're a Ravens fan, make sure to keep watching and you'll see a quarter of your team's starters. Peters was a real game changer for Baltimore and transformed their defense at midseason, helping them continue their 12-game win streak. The 14 passes defended, 5 interceptions, and 3 touchdowns prove that Peters is one of the best ball hawks in the NFL. 75, Bobby Wagner, linebacker number 7 for the Seahawks. I was surprised to have Wagner this low. I think he's a top 30 player in the NFL, but last year was not the best of his career. Even though he led the league with 159 tackles, only 86 of them were solo. He was also one of the worst linebackers in the NFL in terms of pass defense, where he allowed an 81% completion percentage and a 108.1 quarterback rating. His lack of forced turnovers also brings him down a bit. Number 74, Cory Littleton from the Rams, linebacker number 6. Actually, now Littleton was just signed by the Raiders this offseason, and what I think was one of the most underrated free agent pickups. He's a top-tier linebacker both against the pass and the run. He posted 134 tackles with only 5 missed and an outstanding 6.3 yards per target to go along with 3.5 sacks and 4 forced turnovers. At number 73, Joe Schobert, linebacker number 5. He was on the Browns for most of his career and just got a huge contract from the Jags this offseason, and boy do they need him. The Jags had a disastrous run defense last year, and Schobert can help give the offense better field position with his knack for forcing turnovers. He forced 6 last year. He can also act as a leader for this very young Jacksonville D. 72, Mark Ingram from the Ravens, running back number 9. This is the first running back we've seen since Josh Jacobs at number 100. And he's the lead back on the offense that broke the rushing record last season. I know Lamar ran for more yards, but Ingram averaged 5 yards per carry, and 2.6 of those yards each carry were after contact. Add in his 15 touchdowns, and you get an elite running back. 71, Matt Judon, defensive lineman number 12. If I was a quarterback, I would not want to play against Judon. He's in the backfield the whole game, and that shows with 31 pressures, 9.5 sacks, and 33 QB hits. The 14 tackles for loss and 4 forced fumbles are just the cherry on top. With defenses worried about Calais Campbell and the elite secondary locking down opposing receivers, Judon playing in a contract year could blow up in 2020. Number 70, Anthony Harris, Minnesota Vikings, safety number 9. Harris tied for the regular season league lead in interceptions with 6, and added another in the playoffs that proved crucial to the Vikings' upset over the Saints. Harris only allowed 1 catch for 10 yards each game last season, on average, and absolutely locked down the Vikings secondary. Number 69, Steven Nelson, cornerback number 6 of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Definitely the least known player on this list for reasons I am not aware of. Nelson is a lockdown corner. He allowed 50% of the 74 passes thrown his way to be completed, and didn't allow a touchdown the whole season. Add in his 61 tackles and 8 pass breakups, and you see a player who is without a doubt a top 10 player at his position. Number 68, Amari Cooper, wide receiver number 14 of the Cowboys. Cooper is a fantastic talent who transformed the Cowboys' offense with his nearly 80 catches for 1,200 yards and 8 touchdowns. Unfortunately, he is inconsistent on a game-to-game basis. He's still a top 100 player, but ranks 14th among wide receivers because he pairs games like 11 catches for 266 yards against the Packers with 0 catches against the Patriots. Number 67, Keenan Allen, wide receiver 13. He's a very similar player to Amari Cooper. Both of their biggest strengths is route running, and they put up nearly identical numbers last season, with Allen just taking the edge in receptions. The difference between the two lies in Allen's consistency from game to game. This makes him more reliable and makes him a better player in my eyes. 66, Jimmy Garoppolo, quarterback number 11. I think that Garoppolo gets too much of the blame for the Niners Super Bowl loss. The defense that had been elite all season got Mahomes and blew the game with 7 minutes to go. The Niners didn't throw the ball all that much, but they were very effective when they did so. He had a great mark of 8.4 yards per attempt, threw 27 touchdowns, and led his team to a 13-3 record and a Super Bowl appearance. Number 65, Mark Andrews, tight end number 4 of the Ravens. The first of 4 tight ends to make the list, Mark Andrews was tied for second in the NFL for most touchdown receptions with 10. Andrews was Lamar's favorite target last year, leading the Ravens in receiving and always coming up big in the end zone. His 13.3 yards per catch is a great number, and he should improve and have more opportunity in 2020 with Hayden Hurst now in Atlanta. 64, Matthew Stafford of the Lions, quarterback number 10. People don't realize how good Matthew Stafford was last year in the games that he actually played during the first half of the season. He was on pace for 5,000 yards, 40 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions. Had he stayed healthy and kept that pace, he would have been in the MVP conversation. If you want someone who's going to put up numbers, don't sleep on Stafford for fantasy football. At 63, Zack Martin, Dallas Cowboys offensive lineman number 3. A lot of Ezekiel Elliott's success in the past 4 years has been due to the holes Martin opens up for him. Like I said in the last video with Bakhtiari, offensive linemen don't have any stats I can show, but Martin is a top 100 player, and the Cowboys' decision to draft him over Johnny Manziel is one of the best decisions they've ever made as an organization. Number 62, Joe Hayden of the Steelers, cornerback number 5. Like his teammate Steven Nelson, Hayden is an underrated superstar corner. Allowing 5 touchdowns is a bit of a problem, but he didn't allow many other passes to be completed. His 17 passes defended, 5 interceptions, and 1 forced fumble are game-changing plays. Minkah Fitzpatrick, Joe Hayden, and TJ Watt, who we'll see later, combined for 23 forced turnovers last year on the Steelers, basically setting up every point the Steelers scored on offense. 61, Earl Thomas, safety number 7. After Marcus Peters, Mark Ingram, Matt Judon, and Mark Andrews, we get to our 5th Raven of this video. Lamar isn't the only reason they were 14-2. I've never seen a passer rating as low as the 24.2 rating Thomas allowed last year. Teams only completed 12 passes last season against the Ravens if Thomas was covering deep. Here's a recap of 80 to 61. 80, Chris Jones. 79, Markus Golden. 78, Matt Ryan. 77, Dak Prescott. 76, Marcus Peters. 75, Bobby Wagner. 74, Cory Littleton. 73, Joe Schobert. 72, Mark Ingram. 71, Matt Judon. 70, Anthony Harris. 69, Steven Nelson. 68, Amari Cooper. Keenan Allen at 67. 66 Jimmy Garoppolo, 65 Mark Andrews, 64 Matthew Stafford, 63 Zack Martin, 62 Joe Hayden, and 61 Earl Thomas. Tune in next time for 60 to 41. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, drop a like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.